I can't keep my focus there.
Okay,
you don't like it? You're not feeling Jersey?
Hmm?
I don't even know this. What's the title of this one?
We are live.
Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. We are live. It's your girls, Monty, Callie, and Dr. Joy, pre-PhD. And my dog is trying to get on here too. We are doing the Real Housewives of New Jersey, episode 4 of season 13, Housewarming history lesson.
Yeah, I didn't get the whole history lesson part of it, but okay.
Yeah, because
I think
somebody said it in the show. I'm giving you a lesson. Yeah. Or something, so that's why. But anyway, I'm going to share it with a few people while we rate it.
Melissa, I see, hasn't practiced her tears over the years because they still look fake.
They still look fake. So let me say this: everything we say is allegedly our opinion, entertainment purposes only. We're just trying to have a good time here. So you can say what you want, but kind of be nice, but you can still be mean. Okay. All right. So
we don't want to be mean.
We don't want to be mean, but sometimes we can't help it.
Look, our money is long, so we don't care what people say.
Okay, so Callie,
our money is yours.
Mine about to
Mine too.
That was like Giselle said she want a big. My money ain't big. Okay. So Callie,
he makes her laugh too. You got to make her laugh too.
Make her, and go and be a little thug. Be a little thuggish.
I don't think she said he just had to be in jail for like
one day.
Like literally. I get what she talking about. She don't want no punk.
I can't have no punk either. Yeah. But Callie, I know you didn't really watch it.
I watched it. Okay, my rating I would give it like a 3.
Oh wow!
These shits and these tears and the whole ice is weird.
All right, where's that thing?
Okay, you know what? I was wondering because you do tend to rate low. I wonder how you rate, Callie. Do you rate it based off of?
I rate it based off what I remember, and if I don't remember nothing, then it ain't no good.
Okay, that's a legitimate.
That makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
because I thought it was a good episode.
Well, me, I don't know. I can't get into it yet. I'm gonna give it a 5.
I will say this: did y'all have a DVR for a few for Housewives of Atlanta? That Candy show popped up.
I didn't even know
that. If you have a
Escape show, you mean?
Huh?
The Escape one?
Yeah, it is. But it comes up under Housewives of Atlanta. So my DVR recorded it.
Oh, is it on already?
Yeah, it came on last night on the 23rd.
What? Let me see.
Do you want to try it out and see what y'all think?
Oh, no, it's a sneak. Oh, okay. Remember I was telling y'all every once in a while I get sneak peeks?
Yeah.
If you said it, that's what it is. It's
a sneak peek.
It's a sneak peek because I don't see new series between SWV and Escape.
3 recorded. Only thing left on mine are the last reunion.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'll never look at that. Okay, so anyway, Joy, this is your show. Did you invite D?
Oh, I did not.
He may come on. I don't know if he's at work or not, but this is Joy and D's show. Callie and I are just co-stars, okay? They are the main event. So, so how would y'all rate it? Because Tori and Misbehaving are on here, and I think a few other people, but I can't see them yet. Oh, yeah, we got a few people watching, but they haven't said anything. Say hello if you're watching. Anyway, let's get into the show. I took a few notes, not many, so Joy, you may be taking control of most of this.
Well, but it started off with boys' night. They came home drunk and a little bit horny.
They came home drunk. Joe went straight to sleep. The Marge Joe. Why did y'all name Joe? This too much.
Yeah.
It's a crook's name.
Joseph
name.
Must be
Think about the name
popular
Joe.
Italian name.
I guess so, because I stick too many Joes. But so, do y'all think Joe Gorga went a little too far with Louis? Was he being too dramatic?
Yes, and I love that Joe. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, I think he was very much so being dramatic. But one of the things that I like about Louis, he hasn't given. I thought he was kind of creepy too. That man got self-control because the way he flipped that whole thing on Joe. And when Joe started being dramatic, he was like, oh, here comes the theatrics. Like what Joe has been able to get away with that the other guys laugh at, he's not gonna let it happen. So Joe Giudice was a muscle dude, so he ain't got time to play. He like a hood dude.
We gonna be a bull.
You start that, I'm gonna make you stop.
Yeah,
Louis not like that. He gonna call you bluff.
Well, Joe Louis been in the woods with this man with his shirt off, and therefore them men's taught him self-control.
Like he has. I was actually pretty impressed because when Joe was trying to make him look stupid, he was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I was like, ooh.
But isn't that from last week? That's last week's episode.
Yeah, but it was a continuation from that.
I'm like, I
came in and kind of talked about it. So that's why a lot of people, I was saying, because nobody said he was dramatic or it seemed like, or it didn't show it.
I take his control as, I take his control as scary and abusive.
Who, Louis?
Yeah, that's how I take.
I tend to think that
he was talking to when Teresa was talking to Joe on the phone and he's writing a note telling her what to say.
Yeah,
I actually like that though.
You like that?
Actually, of all people, we every year season that we watch it. I was gonna say Potomac. What we watch it? New Jersey. We talk about how Teresa stumbles her words.
Yeah, she does.
She'll say something she don't mean. She is the perfect example of being clumsy with her words. And now she got a guy to help hone in that, because even how she dealt with him, she used buzzwords. I want to make peace. Like instead of trying to explain herself and making it worse, because I don't think she always means harm. But I do think she's, I tend to think, I hope it is, sometimes you deal with people that are thinking faster than their mouths can talk.
Yeah.
So what they're trying to say in translation just doesn't always come out appropriate.
Yeah,
so I like the power of the helping her.
Yeah.
And she's not, I love Teresa. I'm team Teresa.
We know, Joy. We know.
I'm team Teresa too.
Articulate person.
I like Teresa, all kind of grace, but
I like her. There's something very enduring about hearing
I like her a lot, but that don't mean I'm okay with some controlling man that y'all don't see as controlling.
I just haven't seen it yet. Louis,
you didn't see it last season when he said, "Teresa, shut up! You're interrupting me."
Yeah.
Did you forget that?
Well, I think that was a man. No man
wants
his woman to interrupt him. They don't. I'm okay. All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get
move on, because that's a whole nother topic. Okay. Get my notes. Teresa, Melissa. Okay, why is Melissa and them still talking about this wedding?
It's
like they have nothing to talk about.
They have nothing to talk
about. If they talk about this wedding one more time,
I'm so over the wedding.
And I was on Twitter last night.
Oh, we know. I saw the responses.
On real time. And it's so funny that for the first time, it feels like Bravo is showing Joe and Melissa for who they are. Because it always seems like they protect them. And I do wonder, like, what's their thing against Teresa? Teresa in the interview said that Bravo asked Joe Giudice's sister to come on the show. Really? It's one of her sister-in-laws who she didn't get along with very well. And that sister-in-law refused to come on the show.
Oh.
And she was talking about it. And in this new interview, you could tell Louis is in her head. I've never seen her more articulate in this interview, where she talks about her brother. And they were saying, do you think this is real? He said, we haven't spoken in 7 or 8 months. This is real. Since her wedding.
Latoya.
I mean, I can agree though. Teresa does need a speechwriter. Some people need a speechwriter.
But it ain't just about writing speeches though, because they've had conversations that had nothing to do with speeches. She was just talking too much in his eyes, which is
Joy loves Teresa. So
well, I don't know. So this has nothing to do with Teresa. It's Teresa.
No, I'm just saying Tori's comment is what she.
She act like Teresa's perfect, and she.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
I didn't say that. I definitely don't think she's perfect. I just said that she's inarticulate. I mean, heck, I've said she need help. I certainly don't think she's perfect.
Yeah.
I just think that, and I'm giving Louis an opportunity to prove to me that he's a bad guy. He hasn't proven that to me.
You know what? If she loves him, that's what's important.
Yeah, it is what's important. If she loves him,
it really is. And I like her. She seems in love, but there is, with Joy. Oh gosh. Okay. Joyce said she hasn't seen anything. Joyce said she hasn't seen anything concerning.
I haven't.
I do. But Teresa's used to a man that's kind of like, I mean, Joe was a little overbearing.
And now they're divorced. But he was overbearing and
he wasn't very nice to her.
Yeah.
Whereas Louis seems to dig into her ego.
Yeah.
He can't keep his hands off of her.
That's what he needs to do.
Her. Yeah.
He knew he wanted Teresa. He knew. He said 13 years to see her on TV.
I'm not arguing that.
He came in with a plan.
I said that. It's kind of creepy and kind of sexy.
I like it.
Okay,
I'm being honest. It's kind of creepy. And I mean,
creepy and sexy in the same sentence?
All I can say is I know that there was a book. I know that there was a book called 50 Shades of Grey. And there was nobody more creepy on its face than Christian Grey. But women were obsessed with that.
I loved it.
There's a guy who is extremely passionate. And if you're a man that is extremely passionate, they can be very abusive. There are clear signs, warning signs in the early parts of those relationships.
Okay, Latoria.
Tendencies. But some men will hone that in a physical relationship with their spouse. We could say it on both ends. It could be like a very passionate lover versus an abusive man. There are men that do learn how to curve that. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Men that do learn how to curb their abusive nature?
No, I said their passions.
What you said is sometimes abusive. You didn't just say that?
Yeah, I said because some men that are very passionate are abusive.
Right, that's what I said.
But that's not all. All of them are not like that. A lot of those same passionate people are passionately like fantastic lovers. That's how
do y'all think so? But
they turn that energy into sexual energy.
But Louis, we don't know if this is true, but there was some abuse allegations against him from his first wife.
Yep, there sure was. And then
there was kind of weird, but in other interviews, but those are the rumors. In an actual interview, there was an interview where she was saying that he was really a good guy. He was a wonderful father.
At the puss.
So I don't know. Like, how do you go from being, so I don't really know if those, because the abuse part was in a blog. She was actually interviewed and said he was a great guy.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to something else. Should Joe and Melissa's explanation regarding the podcast be enough? Because they were saying they wasn't saying that.
That's not what they said, though.
But they were saying.
Go ahead, finish.
Well, I don't know if I'm right, so y'all might have to help me because I can't remember. But they were just saying that they weren't saying that they were literally putting food on the table, but it was they were. but
they actually were saying that.
That's literally what she said. Yeah,
but that's what she said in her explanation.
Had she said we were there for them, I don't think anybody would argue.
Yeah,
because even if it was in a limited role, if you're there for them, you're there for them. I don't think anybody would have cared. That's not what she said. She actually said, we are the reason that they were able to put food on their table
because they didn't have anyone to talk to.
Because Joe didn't have any money. Wow, because he couldn't work. And what's crazy is somebody that went and found that little 3-part special and showed Joe working on a house. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the special.
On the 3-part special, there's parts where Joe is working. And then that's really the issue. Had she not over exaggerated to make herself feel tall, and then it inserted those nieces and saying things like, I know they have hate in their heart. And what's interesting is that's almost verbatim what she tweeted, or not tweeted, put on IG a week or two ago, then deleted it, and then put it in Joe's name. That's Melissa talking. Like, nope, if anybody's showing hate, it's them. All the vitriol is coming from them. I could kind of understand if Teresa was coming after them. She is in la la land. She ain't thinking about
said Teresa did an interview saying she put food on Melissa's table and Joe's table.
Yes. Yeah, in that interview, she said the name of the
show is my show. I am Teresa.
No, she said that? No,
something like
she
that.
didn't. She said the name of the show is Teresa's Checked In.
Okay, that's kind of what I just said.
Well, that's what you're saying. And she said, so if anything, I put food on their table because it wasn't charity work.
And I believe I'm with her on that. I'm with Teresa on that. I mean, because clearly, if he just really needed somebody to talk to, he could have went and talked to his mom and his brother, and he had his family.
Right.
I don't care if he wasn't working. They didn't. And nobody has to just feel forced to talk to Joe and Melissa and her nose. I mean, it's only room for two. We don't need that all four, including the nose. I mean,
did they not want to film? Maybe. I'm just trying to figure out why she said.
This is the reality. No, this is the reality. They did get rid of a whole lot of people.
Yeah, because she said that.
That is true. They did get rid of a whole lot of people, but they did not film, other than that 3-part special, anything regarding New Jersey for a whole year. Teresa left in like January, and she came back like it was around Christmas time because she wasn't quite gone an actual whole year. But yes, like a whole. So they're the ones that was probably worried about money.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So y'all saying her explanation was not enough. That's
basically she's full of crap. If that's what you meant, you should have said that.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I say stuff on this podcast. Go ahead, Callie.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I kind of got the feeling that they were thinking, while Teresa is gone, this is our opportunity to get in there and take over. And they weren't able to do that. Bravo had them on hold for a year, but something tells me that was what Melissa wanted to happen. She's gone. That'll give us more camera time. That'll put Envy, her store, more camera time for everything involved. And it didn't happen.
So I got another question. So Joe does seem very hurt. Do y'all think that the way he's acting is due to him being hurt, or is he just playing for the cameras and being dramatic?
I think he playing for the cameras and 100% is being dramatic. Mm-hmm. And what usually happened, what has happened in the past is it's a push and pull between him and Teresa. And this season, Teresa don't want to play. And because of that, it's making the Gorgas look like complete behind. Because Melissa's Teresa will go to him, say the wrong thing, start all over. The situation starts all over again. It's an apology. It went from an apology to Teresa saying something she really feels, but not apologetic, and the situation to go awry. But because she got Louis, who's guiding her along the way, she's saying the right thing.
Yeah.
And it is killing Joe. Because
I do believe that.
Killing them they were trending last night on Twitter, Melissa and Joe.
So what do you feel like, Callie? Do you feel like that?
Yeah, I do. I agree with her on that. I think that I just don't understand why Joe is not. I don't understand why he can't get beyond this with Teresa. Yeah, I don't know. I think Joe is very fake.
I think
that's what somebody misbehaving just said.
Yeah, I mean, I really do.
I think he's jealous.
He's pretty charismatic, charismatic guy to me. And they love him on the show. Andy and all them. He could probably be a lot further along if he would get away from fighting his sister. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
Yep. He's very jealous of
really?
Teresa.
Do y'all
That's
believe
the
this?
issue. Yes, that's really the issue. It's like Teresa's in a place that she's
Yes,
happy,
Angela,
and
yes.
she don't need them no more. She's not going to give them that energy. And if she continues, like, y'all have to read Twitter. I might have read 40 tweets of negativity against Melissa before I find one that'll say something positive. And that has never been that. Now on Facebook, those people have a whole, they might as well name one of them the jerseys of groups. I hate Teresa.
Yeah.
Like, they hate Teresa.
Okay.
But there are, like, you can see the tide is turning.
Yes.
The tide is turning. And I'm
so
glad.
Victoria, I'm not in this. That's Callie and Joy.
The whole point I don't like is that y'all are mad at what they doing now, but when Teresa went after them for no reason back then, it was a problem. No, I don't remember Teresa ever going after them for no reason. I'm not even just. Of course, I like Teresa, but I also like Joe. The only
thing that I thought was
she didn't just attack him to me.
It was about that whole stripper thing.
Yeah, that was wrong.
That was probably the only thing that was weird to me. About the whole stripper thing.
That. Yeah,
but
I can see that.
But even that, you know, Kim D wanted to get back at Melissa,
and so that's where Teresa kind of let her take over a little bit too, and then say, "I didn't really say it. It's coming from the TV and Joe trying to fight her." And
so
what's crazy is it was how.
What's your toy?
I don't know what the word is, but how blasé she was about it. Because to me, I would be clear. I worked in a strip club. I was the bartender. I was a waitress, but I didn't strip. I wish. Like, to me, you have to take, like, Nene embrace the fact. I love it when she said, I was a stripper and I liked it. You know,
okay. But Teresa brought a whole man on the show claiming Melissa was with this man.
He was so creepy. That was one creepy dude.
It wasn't that she was with him. That was the stripper guy. That was the guy who owned the one that
worked there or something.
Yeah. Oh, so he was the owner.
Next question.
She was with him. Now, and I'll give you an example. Y'all know that's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
What?
That Melissa's cheating.
Yeah, like Melissa's cheating on Joe. But again, Teresa ain't said nothing. It's really, I heard it's gonna be Jennifer that's gonna spill the beans.
We're gonna talk about her in a minute. I'm talking about at the end. So we talked about Joe, and I'm gonna keep on. So Joe doesn't like Louis. Do you feel like the reason that he doesn't like Louis with Teresa is because Louis has changed Teresa to not be so dramatic, so going at so antagonistic? And so he can't, with Louis by her side, he can't do the things he used to do to get at her.
Yeah.
Because he said that ever since Louis came into the picture, I feel like I can't come around anymore.
Right. And it's crazy because Louis, Teresa said, I invited him to my 50th birthday party, which was filmed, but the actual party that she had, that they had a yacht somewhere. It was a full paid for vacation that they invited him to. It wasn't on camera. He didn't come. And now she's having this housewarming or whatever, and he don't come. You can't blame this on Louis. That's you deciding not to come back or not to deal with your family. So when she said things like chosen family, I actually agree with it. I don't think it's a dig. I thought she was saying, all of you all are my family. I love that you all showed up for me. That's a given.
I didn't take that as a dig either. I didn't take that as a dig. But Teresa, Margaret turned her little white hair. What was that? I don't know, it was a wig, the Claudia Jordan bob or what? But that little tight little bob, turned that bob around and said, "Did you hear? Oh, Melissa, are you?" She just went. She just made Melissa go a little crazy.
Yeah, she's on the wrong team. Too. And all I keep saying is, boy, if this was Nene, you on the wrong team. You when Nene told Sheree that, I'll never like you on the wrong team.
She's so sweet and humble, funny. Yeah, I've always heard Teresa was nice in person.
I feel like Teresa's probably down to earth.
Yeah,
that's another thing. I feel like Joe, when she said chosen family, if he would have been there, then he would have been part of that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't because it wasn't like she didn't invite him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He chose not for no reason. And just to show you how crazy this is, Teresa calls him on the phone. He talking crap about her. Teresa calls him on the phone. He's like, no, everything is good. You make peace. No, I don't even want to talk about it. Let's just start all over. Yeah, let's start over. I ain't coming to your party. Why?
Yeah. If you start
it didn't even make sense. Like, if you're asking to start over, Teresa was like, perfect. He even said, you know, when you start talking, you start saying the wrong thing, which is true. Let's start over. Why didn't he show up for her?
I don't understand why he did. Do you think they didn't show something?
He's jealous. I'm totally convinced.
And he's also
wants to be the drama king. And he thought that editing and producers and whatever was going to be on his side. They are dogging them. They are not on his side.
So I kind of get the feeling that Joe also stays away because they're having financial issues. And so they probably can't floss as much as they would like to, hanging around Teresa, who is okay a little bit, it sounds like, but her husband came in rich. They're over here struggling and they owe $100,000 to this house that they're still trying to build. Sometimes, you know, finances can change your group. If Teresa's going up, but Joe is kind of not.
And Teresa, that house is beautiful. I mean, you know, so maybe he's a little jealous of their house. Like he didn't.
I don't know.
And Joe's house looks like it's going to be
very jealous of his sister. It's just like, I could go back to something Teresa said when she was in the Carlos King interview. I so believe this. She said that when their first episode and they had the incident at the christening for their son, is that his mother said he wanted to do the same. He wanted to make his mark with the table tossing like you did. When she said that, and you go back and watch it, you're like, oh, and then if you really, because people been putting it on Twitter, if you go back and watch the scene, Teresa, when he calls Teresa garbage, she was like, well, why did you invite me then if it's so volatile? And it's Melissa's sister that stands up and says, it was a technicality. But they want Teresa to invite her to their wedding?
Yeah, and I don't understand why, because if I was Melissa's family, if Melissa wasn't invited, I wouldn't want to go.
Melissa was invited. She wasn't.
Well, yeah, it just was kind of you know, not really. Was, but, you know,
I get it.
I mean, you know how happy Teresa was that she said no. That's when they hugged for the first time. She invited her, but not really.
But
Teresa
not really.
All but skipped away. She literally said out loud, "I am so happy."
She was doing cartwheels. We didn't even know she was a gymnast. I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I hate it because they're all each other's. I mean, that's brother and sister. That's it. And I want them to get along. I hate that this is happening. And I don't know if somebody needs to get off the show or whatever, but something needs to change because it's ridiculous to me.
What did y'all think about Dolores and her husband's conversation?
Dolores and
her boyfriends?
Her husband. I mean, not Dolores. I'm sorry. Jennifer and her husband.
Okay.
If y'all want to talk about Jennifer, go ahead. But I'm not liking Jennifer this season.
You know, Jennifer, I love me some Jennifer, but I don't know how to explain.
She seems like she's unraveling, though.
She reminds me of a mixture between Wendy and Candace together. And that is not a good mixture.
You know what?
She's antagonistic. When people are walking away, she's like, "That's why you're old hag. That's why you go ahead. Make sure you leave." You know,
her reads are good.
Yes.
Something I can't even remember what. Let me find it.
I love her. I like her. She's fun.
I said this little Jennifer can read her little self out.
She said, "I'm sorry about your little terrible nose job," and I'm thinking.
That's what she said. She was like, that's what she said. She said, I called
with your old head looking like an old handbag.
I fell out.
And then she called the other girl an idiot. See, that's one thing I don't like. Don't call me stupid and don't call me an idiot. Them fighting words. And I don't even want to fight. But I felt like that was a very low blow for Jennifer to say that. And that girl had a lot of self-control because I don't know. I feel
Oh,
like
you
this
just
is not hip hop.
I just would love to know how they
to
act.
apologize about your terrible nose job.
Yeah, she said, I'm sorry. And I'm sitting there like,
Get
I don't know.
Oh my God.
And the way she's with her husband, and I'm like, you just saw Drew and Ralph getting a divorce. I don't want that to happen to Jennifer. She gotta stop.
I don't understand why it's as if she feels like, oh, but speaking of that though, when she said she rented the limousine for the prom, her son's prom, and then the husband was like, you're doing too much, you're overdoing it. And she said the reason she's overdoing it is because he cheated. No, come on, what they got to do with the price of beans and rice of the limo?
I think this is just my assessment.
What do you think?
I think that Jennifer is, when you have your dirty secret exposed, and it really has anything to do with you.
I ain't got no dirty secret.
And because her dirty secret actually has nothing to do with her. She didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's embarrassed about it. So she wants her husband to cupcake her and wine and dine and romance her because you embarrassed me.
Well, that's what Melody wanted. Y'all was, you was mad.
This is punishment. I didn't say, I'm just saying it's punishment. This is
I just think I agree. I just think she's overdoing it. I really do. It's like, come on, Jennifer.
So what did you think about the conversation that they had, Joy?
It was hard to watch because I like Jennifer. She funny.
Yeah.
And I think she's not only overdoing it, no man of means is gonna take that too long. And
that's my concern too.
No man, he's not gonna take
that's what I said.
He loves his family. I'm sure he loves his children, but you either Bill ain't that guy. You married a guy where he will love on you, but he's not going to do what you really want him to do. That ain't him.
Because what she's asking him to do is crazy to me, because he's like, I'm trying to diffuse the situation so you don't get into it with these ladies, and you mad at me for trying to do that. I
agree with her. I agree with her. I wish she had said to him, chastise me when I get home. Have my back here.
Yes.
It's important for you to have my back in front of people.
And then I get confused when they are both drunk at the same time and they both falling all over the place. I wish they wouldn't do that. And I kind of think he does that to try and keep up with her when they're out and about. But I'm like, one of y'all have to be the bigger person.
That don't have nothing to do with him, because
I think
first time he was drunk, he was with the guys when they all had to bring him home.
Right, when he's with the guys, but when they get together, when they're both being irresponsible, I don't
think they drink a lot. So I think that when they're around these people that are luscious, they trying to keep up with who they're with. And
thank you, Latoya. Yes,
Jennifer tends to me have a lot of nervous energy, almost like kick energy. Y'all trip off that at the backyard, Teresa's backyard. Nervous. She has Ashley's energy.
Who, Jennifer?
Yes, like how Ashley is when she ready to talk, and she has like tick energy. Like I'm finna say whatever.
But she needs to do TikTok like Ashley, because she doing too much.
Yeah.
And I agree. All these divorces that are happening in reality TV, I feel like if she keeps this up,
she'll be next.
She's gonna be divorced, and we don't want that. You know what I mean? So I want her to chill and calm down, because I feel like she coming in ready for a fight. Like she coming in ready to argue with people.
Yeah, I don't like that. She's defensive everywhere. Like, turn this way, defense. Turn that way, what? It's just like,
and then she's talking about the people. So what do y'all think about her calling? This is another thing, a telephone. Remember, Callie, we learned about telephone. And why would you call Marge's friend to talk about Marge? And
exactly. She didn't know. Does Jennifer know that though? Does Jennifer know that they're that close? That Frank used to train her?
That's Rachel. Okay, so you're talking about Dolores' friend? I don't know.
Because Jennifer is just being a shady person at that moment. I don't think she knows the connection. And she's soon to find out.
Because I mean, they real close. Like Frank used to train her. But I'm talking about Marge's friend, because we know Marge brought her friend on the show. So she knows that that other Jennifer girl is Marge's friend. So for her to go and talk about her to her, for me, it's like she wants a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
What y'all think about
that? She gets wrapped up in conversations too. Jennifer, she seemed like she easily get wrapped up in conversation. And I think that Jennifer, if she's honest, if she was a real BI, would do a Giselle on her. Yeah, I'm digging up dirt. What's your point? You did mine. You held mine and clutched it. I got you. Energies matched. Next.
Oh, Miss Behavior said she believes a producer told her to call them.
That's very possible. Yeah.
Possible, because I feel like it's crazy for her to do that and then be upset. And I feel like that Rachel girl was really trying to be calm with Jennifer. And then she started calling her idiot, talking about her nose. And I just feel like that was uncalled for. Because Jennifer knows.
I was like, huh? Like when she was talking, I'm like, girl, you need some backup for all that mouth. Like you just insulting one person after another.
Yeah. I didn't like. Let's see if
I saw Jennifer and what's her name? Kiki, which was weird.
Who?
Come on, let's do a shot. The girl she didn't like, who she been fighting with all the seasons. The girl, I can't even think of her name. The one who's anorexic.
Jackie.
Yes.
Yeah, Jackie.
I missed that part.
They were Kiki, and I was like, "Where that? Come on, girl, let's do a shot." I was like, "When the heat chub? When tummy?" But Jennifer does need. I hate her and Dolores. I know that they're good now.
Yeah, because they took a picture together.
Yeah. Well, just not that. Even what she said on Watch What's Happening Live.
Yeah. But they were out with their man. Like they went on a double date.
Yeah, I got it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I wish that because I like both of their energies matched.
I mean, I don't know. Well, Jennifer, it's too late because it's already been filmed. But calm down, girl. I said Jennifer is unhinged. Oh Lord!
Girl, don't let me forget, y'all. Let's talk about Mia and Peter. Gordon.
Oh yeah, we will. I just got one more thing.
Gordon did a live too.
I didn't get to hear it, but I was watching it.
I got one more thing. We don't even have to talk about it. Do y'all care about talking about Dolores and Frank? We don't have to. That wasn't anything important. Okay, so we're done talking about Jersey. We'll bring people in a minute. But let's talk about the stuff that's going on, which is, do y'all want to talk about Drew's divorce? We're going to talk about Peter and Mia and Gordon. And then I listened to Reasonably Shaded and I want to talk about the Eminem thing. So we got time. So where y'all want to start? Who wants to go first? Go ahead. You want to talk about Peter, right?
Oh,
I don't care. Joy, you can do Peter if you want.
You want to talk about Peter?
Oh, I was listening to Gordon. Gordon, I like Gordon.
Will you send it to me? I didn't even know anything about this.
I didn't know about it before.
Peter, wait a minute, and this is not allegedly, but I'm still going to say allegedly. Peter is on trial or being charged with assaulting Tammy Rivera. Is that her last name?
Her niece.
Her niece, yeah, but
allegedly her niece. I haven't seen him confirm that, but that's what the story is.
Who is that?
She is from Love and Hip Hop, Love and Hollywood, Love and something.
Yes, from Love and Hip Hop. She's the one that was married to Waka Flocka.
Yeah, I don't know the details, so that's why Peter said all the stuff that I'm going through right now. I don't need these. He said Bravo's using him, and Mia lied on him about wanting to not even wanting to having sex with Wendy.
Right.
Are
you reading this here? Yeah.
Are you looking? It's a summation in my head. So if it's wrong, listen.
No.
Okay. So but that's pretty much a synopsis.
He said with all the crap I'm going through, then come this BS. Stop using me for y'all ratings. Please fact check before y'all air the episode. So he's talking about Mia, but I think
he said she was threatened to sue her. Y'all know that he threatened to sue her, send a cease and desist, said that he didn't know them like that. He kind of went in a little bit. And when Gordon came in, I was listening to his live. He was like, "You didn't know us like that? You didn't know us like that when you
did he say that?
Yeah.
Well, let me say this, Joy, before you do that. They found him not guilty this morning. That's what Tori said.
Oh, so I guess they found him not guilty?
So Gordon said, okay, so Tori knows. Gordon,
that's what I was just going to say.
Okay,
He said, Gordon was like, you didn't know us like that when you were the first person to hold our daughter. You didn't know us like that when you needed $60,000 to pay your bills because of your whatever.
Gordon is saying this?
Yes, you didn't know us like that when we done took you on countless boat rides and
not guilty. You're right. You guys are
all
right.
the time in the restaurants and all that. He was like, you didn't know us like that.
I mean,
that's
I do agree that they're using Peter, hands down. But
he should have got a paycheck of some amount.
Well, they advertise his business.
They know, but still.
But
Peter
knew Peter was really in one episode. They did stretch it.
Well, he was in two because he met with Wendy in one.
They was doing too much.
And then he was at the restaurant. But I feel like Peter knows how these shows go. And he knew that if he went on this show, Bravo could possibly use him because they use everybody. I mean, that's just what you do. So I don't think Mia should have lied, though. I don't think she should have lied.
I know she enjoys the lie. I don't know if she finds lying therapeutic or whatever, but she needs to chill out.
So can somebody send me the Gordon thing? Because I didn't know Gordon went live. Can somebody send it to us or whatever?
I just sent it to you.
Oh, did you? Okay. Oh, is that what's in that thing? Okay. So next with Drew and Ralph Sadora.
Child.
Ralph Sadora. At first they tried to say Ralph filed first. But we found out that Drew filed 61 minutes, not an hour, but 61 minutes.
61, okay?
61.
Not 59, not 60, 61.
Before Ralph. So I hate to see a marriage breakup, but I see a lot of people, you know how we were happy and I did the holy dance for Ashley and Michael? I see a lot of people doing the holy dance for this divorce too. So how do you feel? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know.
He showed a lot of shady.
Yeah,
but I think the sad part for me, when you have a woman that really believes, kind of like Joy, that when your husband tells you something, you need to do it. That's the way Drew comes off. She does. You know, she's telling people. She's telling the track star that, you know, if your husband wants a baby, do it.
Yeah.
So she believes too. If your husband tells you, do it. So and she has done it. So Joy, I say that only to say, and she's still getting a divorce. So now what?
I mean,
we don't know what
the pleasing Ralph, I feel like. And I didn't think about this, but misbehaving, this could have been a correlation because he decided not to, but he wrote a book about her son. So he don't need to sell that book because this ain't right. Okay, ain't gonna talk about his coins.
But wait a minute, did he ever adopt him?
They say Ralph is asking for.
That said the adoption was official, and I never knew that.
No, he didn't do it. They say Ralph is asking for 100% royalties from Drew's hit singles because he produced them and probably wrote them. 100%. From the soundtrack Step Up. But see, I feel like this is about to get really, really messy. We said that earlier because
this is all off season. We ain't gonna see none of this unfold.
Yeah, that ain't cool. They got a lot going on off season that we talk about. So why people only mad at Robin? I don't know.
It's at least gonna be probably the end of the summer before it all plays out, and then the reunion in August or September. And if you think about it, it's gonna be almost a year in. They might not even start filming until late fall or whenever. And this is why you kind of crazy when things happen off season. In my opinion, you should have a choice of whether or not you're gonna bring it. But I don't know. We're gonna hear a little bit about it probably at the reunion, but that's about it.
So do you think that the problems will play out at least this season? Or do you think because she's a covering wife? Well, no, she's not. It depends.
I think it will play out a little bit.
It depends.
How long have they been filming?
They've been filming.
They're
They
done.
stopped filming in like November.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
they're
yeah, it'll be
done.
on there. Or at least
Their
her
problems.
questioning his
You think their
activities.
problems will be on there? I think so too.
Yeah,
think
I
we'll
do. I
see
think
them.
so. Mm.
Yeah, I think we'll see.
But whatever this is, do you know how mad two people have to be to go to their lawyer at the same time?
I know.
Like
And
it has
try to be the first to file.
Because I was thinking that it might not be. When two people filing for divorce at the same time, something very specific happened.
Yeah.
So singular
He went back to Florida. Where he go last time? To Tampa. He went back to Florida.
Yeah,
I think it has a lot to do with a side thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so it might not even play out on the show.
Oh, Peter's crying. Oh, I can't watch Peter cry.
Lord, is he?
Honey, he's crying.
What happened? Because he got free?
Yep.
Okay. So that's last thing, and then we're going to bring people in. So listen to Reasonably Shady.
Hold on. Can I interrupt?
Hey, people. I just walked out of courthouse where this whole thing is messed that's on down.
That's right, Peter.
It's all over the blocks, right? So I just walked out of the courthouse.
He was found not guilty. Oh, he's so
And
funny.
the verdict came back 12 out of 12 jurors. Not guilty.
What was he charged with?
For assaulting her.
Coming for me, but I tell them that I'm protected.
How did he assault her?
I don't know. I don't know the
They said he
backstory.
Trying
choked
to
her.
come for me in all kind of ways, but I'm protected.
That's right, Peter.
All right.
All right, okay, let's get it off before we get in trouble. All right. So,
Now when I don't talk
hey,
to
Miss
y'all,
Gucci.
because I think y'all.
I don't think he looks ashy. Somebody say he looks ashy. My question is, and I think we can answer this. What does Ralph do for a living? I thought Drew was the breadwinner. So Ralph created some kind of device for music or something that a lot of people use. And so he gets money from them using whatever product this is. And then he also writes and produces a lot of songs for a lot of artists, including Drew. So Ralph makes some good money. And I think he might work in tech or something too. Like Ralph.
We know that he makes a lot of money because those houses and stuff, he was closing by himself.
By himself, like Drew wasn't even on them.
Yeah, Drew wasn't even on it. So I remember, because I remember thinking they must not have bought that house. They must, because in Missouri, I couldn't close a house without my husband.
Yeah. But maybe
even he don't have to be on the loan.
What do you mean? What do you mean,
Joy?
Joy?
He has to be on the deed. Yeah.
He has to be on when we bought our first house, I wasn't on the mortgage at all.
Right.
He was 100% on it, but I had to come to closing because I had to sign the deed paper.
The deed and stuff. Yeah.
But when we, this house, we both on it. But
he does that too. But he created something for music. I know that. So he got a lot of money from that, and people use whatever this is. And then he does IT, and then he produces. So Ralph has a little bit of money. Okay, so let's do this last thing, and then if people want to come in, they can. And we'll talk about Jersey or anything else we talked about. So Robin, them, and Giselle talked about the thing with Eminem. They said that this has been going on for a year. The trademark or whatever people has said that, yes, they could do it.
They already. That's why I was saying people were saying they were contesting. I was like, they already got the trademark.
They don't. No, they were almost at it, and so
it's
the person.
There.
So the person has reasonable. Well, y'all let me finish, Joy, so I can tell you. Okay. So that anybody has 30 days to contest the trademark. And on the 30th day. Eminem's lawyer contested it.
He did not.
On the 30th day.
Child.
And so they are fighting it. They said they got a very good attorney. She's Robin's friend, and she has beat Dr. Dre, because Dr. Dre tried to stop somebody, and this lady won. They read the statement about how it does not even reasonably or shadily be the same business
in the same category.
Yeah, like in the same category at all. So they probably will win, but it's going to be a fight if Eminem keeps going. They said it could go all the way to 2024.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you Google the reason it's crazy.
No, look at this. Eminem is speaking up on behalf of his white brother. Then he so Eminem is doing this for Chris. Is that oh Lord. Poor. And Chris is still doing interviews, y'all, about this stuff. Chris.
He a
Oh,
whole queen. I for the life of me,
Did you call him a queen, child?
every time I see him, I'm like, what did she see in him? At first, I thought maybe he got a little swag to him. Maybe,
but he does.
He does. He does.
My power to the people. But I cannot believe Eminem is doing this to them. And they were like, we cannot believe that Eminem even knows us or wants to have. She said, but our pictures are beside Eminem's now. But they think they're going to be able to win. So
he met his daughter. He ain't contesting his daughter, who actually has a podcast called Just a Little Shady.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are other podcasts that have the word shady. See, the issue is you want to, let's keep it a buck, let's keep it 100. Mm-hmm. Giselle Nim's podcast is huge.
It's very popular.
Because they said it's hundreds of podcasts with the word shady in there.
Yeah.
Hundreds. So he just picked the top. The one theirs is just at the top. And it was probably getting a lot of buzz.
Their podcast went, because they're doing a live podcast in Atlanta. I mean, they're on Black Effect that's owned by Charlemagne, and all the people on that, I guess, entity under him, umbrella, they're doing a live podcast in Atlanta in April. I don't know if we want to go, but I don't know if I can, because I think I have a conference during that time. But anyway, when Charlemagne was talking about it, he was saying how popular Reasonably Shady was and how it's always in the news. So it's one of their top ones at this Black Effect. So I know people try to say it's not good, but
I want to talk about this.
Yes. Okay. So it says they're holding some game. Is that game? Mess. And it says you need to get a life. So this is the lady, and I think she looks like Robin a little bit, because not some people saying
she don't. What y'all looking at?
She doesn't look like her, but when they were initially in that picture at glance, I did think it was her. But looking at her, people are saying this is the girl that Karen was talking
look like
about.
Karen. That's why I said she looked like Robin.
I was like, the only thing about her that looked like Karen is the fact that she's light skinned.
Yeah.
But they were saying, well, her nose a little bit. I was like,
they just picking parts.
I don't think that's Karen's original nose, is it?
It's not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
But Joy, that was shady.
What did Jennifer say? I called you to talk about your terrible nose job.
Okay, anyway, so Juan, that lady works with Juan, and I feel like if they are having an affair, I'm upset with him. But if they're not, that poor lady, like the stuff that they're putting her in, and they're acting like a man and a woman can't sit beside each other and be okay. So just like Giselle was uncomfortable, they was mad about that being in the room, so he should be able to be in the laundromat with another woman. Okay. And what else? Is that all we're gonna talk about? Does anybody want to come in? I think we're done.
What did we talk about? We didn't talk about, I don't know how y'all feel about Melania, and I don't know if y'all saw the extra footage. This is the thing that keeps me off about Bravo. I noticed that Bravo gives Housewives of Beverly Hills and New Jersey, the episode before the new episode comes on, they re-air the previous one, but they always add extra footage. They don't do that to Bravo.
They did that with Monique. Remember? They did that with Monique, because that's when she said her preacher said she was homeless and all that. They cut it out the original But they haven't done it since Monique with them.
And I noticed the whole season they didn't do the after show for Potomac. So I'm interested to see if they're going to do it for New Jersey. It would bother me because New Jersey's numbers aren't as good as even Potomac's.
They're not.
This ain't just about numbers. I understand Beverly Hills right now has the highest ratings.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And Atlanta did it. Did they not do it after show? They did.
They did.
But do you think it's because they're tired of the colorism conversation? You think that it'll keep the colorism conversation going because they talk so bad about it? I wish
they would stop that. You heard they were talking about in groups that Wendy, I don't know if she said it or posted that. Well, for one, Candace said that she asked for a commentator and they voted. And the majority of them said no, so it didn't happen. So, and they also said, Wendy said that she talked a lot about colorism, but they X'd it all out.
Yeah, she said it was too real for them.
Well, you know what, and I would assume that Carlos King knows that. I would assume that Carlos King knows that there was possibilities of things being cut out, but you know, he said that doesn't matter.
Well, you know, I put something on his thing saying, Carlos, you gave colorism 3 minutes on Bell Collective. He ain't say nothing back to me, but I went in on him. I said, don't you be trying to run Potomac and get them your show's numbers. They numbers is good, okay? Don't be jealous.
Cracking up.
But anyway, Tori, what you got to say?
One thing I want to say is about that colorism situation about Potomac. What I think it is more of the fans, and it's more of us getting confused between what double standard is and colorism. And I think that's how all of it sparked up, because the example Candace was giving and the things that she was saying was more example of double standard versus colorism. I just wanted to point that out.
I agree with that a lot.
Yeah.
Number two, I
think the most important thing that she said is that she didn't think the cast was colorist yet.
That was very important for her to say
every week. That's the issue that I had.
Yeah, her and Wendy did post about it all the time.
All the time. Like, people would say that's colorist. From what perspective? And then my whole thing is, why not say things like, well, from your perspective, I can see where you're coming from because it's sliced and diced or whatever, but I was there. That is not exactly the situation. You know what I'm saying? They played into it. People aren't calling us colorists. They calling Giselle,
the cast,
Robin, Mia,
Karen, all of them.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
I misbehave him.
But also, my second thing was I wanted to give an apology to D, even though he's not on here.
Oh, what you do?
He told us more than once about Real Housewives of Miami. So I said, let me see what's really going on and see what D talking about. He not lying. The House of Miami got it going on, especially with this girl with this divorce, which I don't know why she didn't see that was coming a year ago, baby.
Lisa and Lenny.
I would love to see for y'all to watch it and hear y'all opinions, because it's some laughter, it's crazy.
Giselle is loving it. She's watching it too. She's loving it.
I definitely want to apologize to D for that. And my third thing is, now, Callie, you ain't gonna like this, but you'll get over it. About Beverly Hills, you heard that they gonna be basically icing Erica out and ganging up on Erica, and Garcelle really gonna be going in because Garcelle feel like Erica still has something to do with the mess with by her sons and things like that, and like it's a big old story going on about Erica Jane and how Beverly Hills is not going to be too nice to her, and they also saying,
well, the good thing is Beverly Hills has not been nice to her anyway, so it won't be anything different.
Oh, Erica.
So where you seeing all this?
Well, we also know that Erica Jane ain't scared.
No, she can handle it. She can handle it. Misbehaving, what you got to say, Mama Cita?
Have y'all noticed? This is what I didn't like. I'm going to Potomac. Hey, ladies. Why did they have to show Wendy getting her wig put on?
That was wrong.
They have never shown anybody on any housewife show getting their hair put on, and we know.
I sent it to y'all. It looks bad.
Wendy
getting her wig.
Well, that was. I mean, cause
I'll send it again if you want to see it.
I remember it. I mean, it just looked. I was like, is that somebody's elbow? I mean, it was bad.
I'll send it to you. It was not good.
They didn't show Karen at any point. We know her hairline started back here.
Right, they did not
show all that.
But do you think I didn't think about that? But Wendy shouldn't have let them
bring
talk
it up.
to her without her wig on, though.
She sure shouldn't have. But see, that her and Candace, they want so bad to fit in, and they want to be liked. How many?
Yeah,
they did. It wasn't cute.
They wouldn't play me like that. I bet you it's some memes floating out there. It looked horrible.
Oh, I didn't know that. It looked like she didn't have no edge, but you know she did do the thing where she was going bald.
Where she was going thinning at the
but that was at the top of her head.
Yeah.
I mean, even if she, I'm sorry for interrupting, ladies, but even if she wasn't going bald, but why are you showing the process of the wig cap being put on? You're putting the makeup. You've never done that to anybody else, and she's a fool. There ain't no way in the world I would let somebody in there and allow them to show that on national television. Yeah.
I didn't like that either.
It is going around.
When did that? Was it in between the break?
It was right.
No, it was at the beginning of the show.
See everybody. You know how he goes see everybody? Mm-hmm. That's when she was getting her wig put on.
I mean, we know there was a wig, so why is that an issue? Did she look bad?
Yes, it looked bad.
I thought it looked bad around her crown, but I was like,
yeah, it looked like, just imagine sometimes when you see an elephant for the first time, it looks real wrinkled and gray.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's what it looked like.
No, but that's not even my point. My point is they've never done that to any other woman. So why would you?
Right, I'm with you. Right, you're right.
I get it.
We all know it's a wig and they wear wigs, but you have never done that to anybody else. And why would you take this chance, this opportunity to do it now?
Because she allowed them to.
Yeah. And that's my point. They're so desperate to be on the show and be liked. They will allow them to talk to them anyway, mistreat them. Your mental health should be worth more than that.
Do y'all think Wendy should leave? Like, do you think she's too good for the show, or she thinks she's too good?
She definitely thinks she is.
No, she don't think she. No, she don't, Joy. She probably thought she was too good for the show when she first came, but baby, she's bowing down and licking toes and feet wherever she go to try to fit in. Because
that is true.
Who's behind is she kissing?
Oh, she changed her whole self, Joy, so people wouldn't talk about her.
Yeah. Joy. They did not even want her in Miami. I wouldn't have even stayed there. I wouldn't allow nobody to mistreat me, to joke. I'm not apologizing for nothing. If you offended me, if you have assaulted me, I'm not doing that to try to make it peaceful and make everybody else comfortable. And she's the odd man out. Girl, you have all these, I mean, I shouldn't say girl, but she has these degrees and all these jobs. It shouldn't mean that much to you to be on television and be around this group of women, to put up with that, to tolerate it.
It shouldn't, but you know, her career is what her mother wanted, not what she wanted. So maybe she's wanting this to work out.
Because this is what she wants. Misbehaving. So I don't know. Were you on last week when we talked about this? When Wendy cried, do you think that she cried because Giselle kept saying she didn't like her?
Yes.
Do you think? I think it hurt her.
Second time she said it, and Giselle is my girl, so I'm gonna whisper this.
Yeah.
If she reached over that table, reached over Ashley one more time, we was gonna kick her tail.
I think
so. So I'm whispering because that's my girl. She needs to watch it. Because
that's how you can tell Giselle was over it, because Giselle normally don't cross these boundaries.
But I will say this for those who have convenient amnesia, let me remind you why they don't like each other. Last season, when Giselle was talking about these rumors that was in blogs, and she didn't give any details, she just said rumors, she associated all of these behavior changes and her body changes with these rumors. Essentially, you could argue that Giselle was saying her self-esteem is so low. She wanted to make some changes. Essentially, you could say that. That could be an argument. So, long story short, when Wendy caught wind about those or what Giselle was saying, she went off on her. And she basically said things. She talked about her ex-husband, her children around them. She referenced God and karma and the fact that she threatened to beat her tail if the cameras wasn't there. And essentially, Giselle took it. The next day, Giselle said, when you're ready to talk, Wendy, I would like for us to have a conversation. And she left it at that. She said, when you're ready. And Wendy said, okay, when left it at that. The day never came. As a matter of fact, she then proceeded to treat her badly. And you could call it a get back. We could keep it all the way a buck. When they went on their vacation, she talked about her bad. She was mocking fun at her at her house. But most importantly for me, they spent that after show on YouTube talking about Giselle every single episode. You thought the first read that she, or so-called read that she gave Giselle was bad. The way her and Candace tag teamed her, it was terrible. Like absolutely terrible. And for the most part, so I understood why. Yeah. According to Giselle, they never had any communication. When Wendy walked up to her to try to hug her, while she was like, girl, we ain't even had a conversation. And in my opinion, that was also an opening. I think had Wendy decided to sit down with Giselle one-on-one, they could have had a conversation. But Giselle, it didn't happen. And I do think the onus is on Wendy. It's not on.
Why do you think she's not as mad at Candace, though? Because Candace is going
I don't think I think she has low expectations for Candace.
No, it ain't. That's not true, Joy. Giselle gonna tread lightly because she know Candace got a mouth. Wendy's not talking back because she wants to fit in. That's what I can't respect. A woman, stand in your stuff. If she was talking all that junk to Giselle last year,
I don't think it's just that though, Giselle. But I hear what you're saying. Yes, Giselle is not going to let them have a jump off or a situation off on her. We saw that twice. Candace tried twice. She tried at Karen's dinner. Giselle literally did this, y'all. I remember, like, girl,
she didn't even.
She didn't even
getting
in this bull.
She even said she in the rain. She the devil, so she can say something.
She was saying all of that. Giselle didn't respond, and she tried to do it again when they were in Miami, and she was running off at the mouth. And Giselle just sat at that table underneath that rain and let her hair poof up like it swole because she was in the rain. She ain't say nothing. So Giselle doesn't want to have those kind of exchanges. For one, I don't think she got an aggressive bone in her body. I just don't think so. She might get a little aggressive with Karen.
All right, ladies, let me get off.
And trust that Karen.
All right.
We about to get off too. Anything else, ladies?
No.
Okay.
This is a good little fast show. I liked it.
I did
We'll be back Monday for the last part of the reunion. It's going to be 90 minutes on Sunday because they're going to do
talk to Robin.
What's so come on Sunday then? Because what's the name had a finale too?
Who? Family Karma?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Last week was theirs. That's the reason why nobody for Sunday's episode
start to the 23rd. I don't know what could be coming. I don't know.
Maybe
Love and Marriage still is coming back.
When?
In April?
Really?
You saw a commercial? I mean, advertising for it? Or just the word?
I don't remember where I saw that. I didn't see a preview. No, I think I was reading on one of their Instagram pages. I'll see if I can find it. But yeah,
I know that their turnaround is pretty quick, so you could definitely be right.
Yeah, they be ready. Yeah. And I feel like go ahead.
Was that who was that posted this docket that allegedly
Kelly posted that.
What?
Yeah.
With Tisha's name on it.
It was
the
Yeah. Did y'all see that?
I didn't understand it.
Explain it from the beginning.
So
Y'all
that was a video, and I'm not looking at the video, but it's a girl who always does videos in support of Melody, and they put out a list of everybody that was going to be testifying against Melody at the child custody case.
But that didn't say
Letitia is one, and then Chris Fletcher. Now, how is that going to be?
But how does she know they're against Mel and they just wouldn't subpoena to talk? I mean, does it say they were against her? Because I didn't see that part.
They must be on behalf of what's his name must have offered that list.
I'll have to look at it again.
What's his name? Martell. Lord, I didn't forget his name. I
you
wonder.
Get your boo now.
Right. I think that he may have submitted. I don't know. I'm just assuming that maybe he submitted
what is
those.
She? Sugar Time.
But I will say this though. Melanie, you're paying you have to be so careful when it comes to your children, because you just have to be careful. It's just custody things I just wouldn't play with. I hate that
she didn't do this Martell call for this. She didn't call for this.
I hate
so what do you mean she needs to
she kind of sort of did. I'll give y'all ain't gonna lie.
Oh God, Joy. Child.
When he asks, when there's a situation, I mean, he kind of gave her out when he's just like,
he gave
when
her
there's
an
a
out.
situation, you have a babysitter. You could at least ask me first.
Don't nobody want to ask him.
She don't want to do that. She don't have to bow down to him.
Then if she's comfortable with sending him with other people, then that's the consequences.
But that's what her time. You cannot get a divorce and try to claim what she do on her time. If
that's
those
not
kids
the
ain't
issue.
being aborted,
It's not about her
claiming
kids
ain't being
it's her leaving the kids with 20 people, as Martell said.
Joy, girl, wake up, honey.
There's mothers who do dog shit to their kids and they still got them. Ain't no way that they gonna take them.
Ain't nobody fighting for them either.
Yes, he's fighting.
Oh, come on, Joy.
No, you're talking about. I'm saying about the parents that you're saying that's doing dog crap. Yeah, that's because ain't nobody fighting against them either. Ain't nobody fighting for those kids.
So
I don't know the details. I don't know the details. I'm just
on anything. She's not doing anything to them kids to not have her kids part time.
I agree that
there is nothing she's doing. He's vindictive.
Well, I think that once you called DFS on me and kept my kids away from me, I knew it was going to be some kind of residual.
Oh, impress radio.
But he's the one that hurt the child and didn't tell her what happened. Like, there's no way. But you want me to tell you what happened and who's keeping the kids, but you can't even tell me what happened when my kid got hurt.
I don't think that's. I don't know if that's true.
There are 3 peculiar signs.
You really think that's true?
Yeah. Okay. Joy, I think what Martell's doing is down low dirty.
I didn't say that it would. I'm just saying. If you call DFS on me on a discipline issue, or I don't know what the situation is around here. But if you call DFS on me and then proceed to have an emergency stay.
You guys know how Melody and Martell.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So if you call DFS on me and keep me away from my children for a month, based off of something, I don't know what to this day we don't know exactly what happened over some bull crap, because I don't. It better be over something of seriousness. But if it's over some bull crap, something vindictive was going to come down the pipe.
Yes. I'm sorry to interrupt. Yes, the testimony will be in support of Martell, and I'll send the video out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Impress Radio.
What would Tisha say? I mean, I don't. Only
I have no idea.
He's a great, or maybe he's a good parent.
This would not be the place to get up there and talk about the kids again. So no telling what she's gonna say with her drama.
Girl, that's gonna be so ugly.
It really is. Like, how do you come out of that?
I pray they don't.
Well, I did hear in one of them groups. I don't know how true this is. That they trying to phase out the this Melanie and Martell drama, that they are trying to add more couples and make it more business oriented. That's
how about she whispered? She didn't want God to hear that.
And all of them. Are you just talking about the drama? Yeah. Well, they said Miss Vanessa said that it's gonna be a different season. Mel's mom did.
Yeah.
They said that old girl hasn't been able to film.
Who?
Wanda.
Yeah, they hadn't filmed Wanda.
Oh,
she said
Wanda
she ain't
is
fired,
suing somebody. Did y'all see that?
Who's she filming?
Wanda is suing somebody. Wanda is suing a blogger for talking about her mother that has passed away.
What?
Yeah.
Is it that older lady that was
Black Titanic? That's not
it
where
might
I heard
be
it
Black
from.
Annie or whatever. I don't know if that's her name. Some Annie.
Yeah.
Auntie Annie?
No, I don't know. You know what? They misbehaving. I don't know if it's being played out on the show. Because when they had originally went to court, when they had that, that didn't play out. That happened after filming. They're still filming right now, right? Aren't they filming right? I'm only saying
so.
Now because of something Wanda said. It's like that they haven't filmed me yet, and
Wanda said they haven't filmed. She said she's not fired, but they haven't filmed her yet, and she offered an apology
to who?
To everybody if she offended them. So Wanda missing that chick.
Victoria, girl, when you write double standard, you use that so much. Every time I be reading people's comments and I don't even notice the name. Then I hear double standard. You need an A in front of that. It's a double standard, girl. It just
double standard, honey.
Double standard. That's your favorite.
That is her favorite phrase, isn't it?
I guess about you though, Joy.
Yeah,
she
not about be true though.
She say that every day. It's like a new phrase she didn't learn. Like I was reading a thread and it said, and this is double standard, and I said, "This sounds like there it is." I said, "There it is." Look up at the name. There it is.
That's you, Joy. Not me and Callie. We not double standards, right?
No, we ain't double standards.
First of all, y'all using it wrong.
No, we aren't.
We ain't double standards.
We use it exactly as Latoya.
And my whole thing is you have to explain a double standard. You just can't say you are. This is it's something you do. So you have to explain it. Like how is
we gonna let Tori do what she do?
Like
people are phrases.
Saying, I'm gonna tell you a double standard. All those people that were saying that that people who claim that Giselle is being two-faced and how she sits on this Mia and Wendy situation. And I'm like, if y'all want to keep it a buck, Giselle didn't like Monique. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
You know what? What did Monique say?
Candace did get beat up, but let's keep it a buck. Do you really think that if Candace had beat up Monique, that Giselle would have stood behind Monique?
No.
No, so why do people think that Giselle should be standing behind Wendy? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like they act like the girl was drowning in the pool and Giselle had a life jacket and was swinging it.
And Giselle just put it on herself and walked away.
Right.
Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember when? God, I don't remember it verbatim, but I watched it yesterday. When Monique said they were talking about Chris's private parts, and Monique said something like, "Don't nobody want to see that albino thing or something because of the different colors."
I didn't hear that.
But you said something about Monique lived in a pet cemetery or something.
Yeah, everybody just saying that.
A pet cemetery.
When they would talk, they said at reunion when her name was mentioned, and they said she said underneath her breath, she over there in the pet cemetery.
Okay, y'all, we finna get off of here. We'll keep talking. Peace.
Oh my God, that is so wrong.